What's up, Fantasy Champions? Spotlight Sports Network is excited to tell you about an amazing deal from Thrive Fantasy, your place for daily fantasy sports and esports. Right now, with promo code SS Network, Thrive Fantasy will match up to $50 of your first deposit. So go to thrivefantasy.com and sign up now with promo code SS Network. That's thrivefantasy.com, promo code SS Network. Welcome to the My City, My Game pod show featuring Raider J77, your place for all things Raiders and all things Trailblazers. Brought to you by the Spotlight Sports Network. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Now let's go.
Once a Raider, bruh, always a Raider, bruh. Shit simple as that. You look silver and black. Lot of bread invested in that old line. Car insurance cost the arm and the.
What is going on, everybody?
What up?
We are back with another live stream. Y'all know who it is. It is your boy, Darian of the Spotlight Raiders Talk, home of the Spotlight Sports Network. I am your host. Y'all know, I already said it, but I got my co-host right next to me. What is going on, Raider J77? What is going on, bro?
What's up, man? It's a good day. It's a good day. Victory Monday.
Absolutely. Victory Monday is Reaction Monday, and we got a little bit of a new feature for y'all today. It is a call-in show, ladies and gentlemen. We will be putting a number out there. So for all you Raiders fans that want to call up and say your piece about the game, you could definitely do that. Definitely do that. Shout out to Ugar to the max. Shout out to him. We're going to talk a little bit about that as well. Irison Vlogs, what's going on? Anthony, what is going on? Just to let y'all know that if you do want to call in, we will be putting the number up there at the bottom, so you do not want to miss that. But we do want to have some people come up in here. But what's up, Raider? So what's going on, Raider J? What's up with you, man? You ready for this Reaction Monday?
Man, I'm so ready, bro. I'm really ready. It's been a good day, man. I listened to John Gruden talk a little bit earlier in his press conference, which was all, for the most part, all good stuff. I'm looking at the stats here and looking at some of the stuff that we were able to do offensively and defensively, and man, I'm excited, bro. I'm ready to talk about it.
We're going to Dirty Eric. We're going to put the call-in number when we're ready to open up the lines. We're going to put the number up there because we don't want y'all blowing up the phone lines right then and there because we do want to break down this game. What's up, Roy? What's going on, Roy? What's up, everybody? What's going on, Raider Nation? Thank y'all for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. So I want to get your breakdown of how you feel that this game is won because I know we did win, 37-12, but we did leave a lot of points on the board. I definitely want to hear your point of view about how this game went.
All in all, my biggest takeaway from this game was how tough this team played, how much it looked like they were ready to just have a slugfest, to not give up, to go out there, play with passion, hit hard. Care about whether or not they were going to win or lose, especially the defense, because the defense has been taking a lot of heat from the national media, from the local media, from the Raider Nation fan base. It's just they've been taking a lot of heat, and you could see them going out there. They were ready to play, and they were ready to make a statement. They were ready to prove something. And you can say what you want about, about Drew Lock and the fact that, he's a good quarterback or not good, but that doesn't make any difference. The fact that they were able to step up, get 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions and a forced fumble and a fumble recovery. That says a lot about this defense and about what they want to do. I'm excited now. Seeing David Irving out there. He had a heck of a game. They were spelling him and just pacing him, not trying to put too much on him all at the beginning. And then John Gruden said today in his press conference that, David Irving and him had lunch today. And he said that he feels better today than he has over the last few weeks that he's been signed with the team. So Yeah, so I'm just excited about what we got going moving forward. It sounds like, according to John Gruden, David Irving's actually going to be ready for Kansas City on Sunday to be taking more snaps. So I'm excited about it, man. I'm looking forward to what else we can do defensively to improve. So,
all right. So I have a few takes from this game, and you iterated it on a little bit more as well. So I feel like with this game, we played with a lot of toughness. I can say that, especially in the trenches, on both sides of the ball. Now, I do want to give the offensive line their credit because, mind you, we had 200 yards on the ground between Devontae Booker and Josh Jacobs. It probably would have been a little bit of Jalen Richard in there if he didn't get hurt. But shout out to the offensive line, knowing that Tom Cable had these guys in the right position, giving them the opportunity to showcase what they could do, and we were still able to run the ball with all the injuries we have on the offensive line. So shout out to the offensive line. And thing about it is that we didn't even allow the sack. When we did allow that sack, it was a flag. So that sack was taken off. So with that being said, I really did like on the offensive side. I do want to get into the wide receivers. We will get into that a little bit more. But defensively, I got to give credit where credit is due. Paul Guttner did put a right scheme together against Drew Lock. People keep saying that Drew Lock is this and Drew Lock is that. He was good in all these fourth quarter comebacks that he had to help them win games. I could completely understand that. But we shut down, and we shut them down in the fourth quarter. And that's what we really needed to do. We shut them down in the fourth quarter, and we made him throw 4 interceptions. We had 5 turnovers on the game overall. Defense played really stout. Now, if it could go over to the Kansas City game, that would be great. But I need to see consistency from this defense. Special teams. Nobody really talked about the special teams, how we had the Broncos backed up in majority of every drive that they had in this game. So shout out to the special teams for putting them in a weird position to put them, pinned to their own end zone. So that's a few things that I really did have. But speaking of wide receivers, talk about it, Jay. Talk about it. I know you want to, man.
Are you talking about the AB?
No, the wide receivers from this game against Denver.
Oh, yeah.
Balls and the opportunity that we would have had. This would have been 37-12. This could have been, we could have put a 50 burger on that. We really could.
There were three drop balls that would have been touchdowns, and they were catchable balls. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's, so that's not on Derek Carr. I mean, Derek Carr, was it perfect in the breadbasket? No, obviously not. But, there were balls that, that got to be caught. You know what I mean? And so if I was John Gruden, I'd have Aguilar, Waller, and Ruggs out there on that jug machine all day long today.
Right.
All day long, catching ball after ball after ball after ball after ball until they are sick of looking at footballs and catching them. You know what I mean? Because those balls got to be caught, because that was 3 touchdowns that were left on the field because all of them had at least 2 steps on their defender. So there's no way that those speed that those guys have, even Waller's not slow. You know what I mean? So the speed that those guys have, they would have been able to get to the end zone. It was close. But it's mad frustrating, when the ball gets placed like that, and you can't come down with it. You know what I mean? Now Ruggs, had one that was kind of like just a little bit out from his hands, but if he would have just jumped up, he would have been able to get it. He did make up for that later, where he actually went up for a ball and brought it down. So kudos to him for being like, okay, hey, I got to make the adjustment. I got to get more aggressive. But yeah, man, they left opportunities on the field. I mean, this game should not have been just 37-12. Should have been more 50 plus, so because we left at least 3 touchdowns on the field. So
it's not shout out to Key in the building. Shout out to Key in the building. Just a matter of time when Aggies start dropping balls. I mean, he dropped one in this game. But defense really played. They really isolated Aguilar in this game. When the one opportunity he was supposed to score, yeah, he did drop the ball. but he's doing better as a Raider than he was ever a Philadelphia Eagle. That's all I have to say. But Uga to the Max says, as much as I love the Raiders, which I express you guys, I have root against them on Sunday Night Football because that helps the Browns' playoff chances. I could completely understand that. The Raiders are looking very solid, and they could improve on a few more things. They could have another competitive game against Kansas City. Maybe they beat them again. It is a possibility. It is a possibility. So we do have questions from Anthony, which I know he probably wants to get into as well. What do you guys think about Isaiah Johnson throwing the punch? Jay, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. Man, I love it, bro. Hey, so my name, Raider J77, the 77 in my name stands for number 77, Lyle Alzado. Probably the baddest of the baddest when it came to Raiders players. You know, the guy was just always looking for a fight. He was always looking to take somebody's head off. And that's the kind of football I grew up watching. And I miss, you know, from the Raiders is that tough aggressiveness, you know. And in that situation, we all know that Jonathan Abram is a smack talker, you know, the guy that's his style of play. You know, he plays hard, he talks hard, you know, and if you can't take it, you know, then I don't know what to tell you. But Jonathan Abram, you know, got somebody upset and somebody said something back to him, and he kind of, you know, pushed him a little bit, and dude swung on him, and then Isaiah Johnson comes over and sticks up for his teammate, and that's what you should do. You know, that's what you should do. Would I have liked to not have Isaiah Johnson kicked out of the game? Yeah, that would have been ideal. But at the same time, like, I totally get where dude was coming from, and if you do stuff like that, you know, then teams might think twice about messing with you. You know, like let everybody know, let the NFL know, put it on notice. Look, you come and play the Raiders. We're gonna play hard-nosed ball. We're gonna talk crap. We're gonna steamroll you if we can, and you know, if you wanna go there, let's go there. So I'm with it, man. I like that kind of football.
With me, Abrams, we all know that Jonathan Abrams started it. That's one by pushing him, and then, you know, the pushback, it just ticked kind of Isaiah Johnson off, and I'm kind of happy that the refs got it right, that both people swung, so both people got ejected and not just Isaiah Johnson. Am I mad about it? No, because it really didn't affect the game to a point where we was going to lose the game. We were already up. We was already kicking their behinds, anything of that nature. So I really didn't have no issue with it. I had no issue with it. And Sunjoku, I'm going to get to that as well of what you said, but I got to scroll back up because I know Anthony had another question.
And I just like to say, if we had not had Damon Arnett healthy and playing, then I may have been a little bit more frustrated with Isaiah Johnson, you know, putting the team at risk like that. But Damon Arnett was out there handling it. Mullen was handling business. You know, hey, we're good, bro.
Right. So Anthony said, did Morrow take Littleton's job? I think we already talked about this, but me personally, I say for right now, it is a possibility that he can take Littleton's job. We just got to see how Morrow plays. If he plays that same way in that same position that he did in the Denver Broncos game, I say yes. But I wouldn't say yes right now. I got to see it in the Kansas City game.
Yeah, I wouldn't say yes right now. John Gruden was asked about that in his press conference earlier. They asked him, you know, what his thoughts were on Morrow and, you know, him stepping in for Littleton. And he basically said, you know, Morrow had a great game. He had the best game, you know, of the season so far for him. And, you know, he didn't really have much to say outside of that. Obviously, he's not going to, you know, put it out there yet if that's the case. But, yeah, I mean, if he performs that well in this next game versus Kansas City, Littleton is definitely going to feel some heat coming from his seat. So I would say if Morrow goes out and balls in this next game like he did versus the Broncos, I say give it to him, you know, and just see what happens. You know what I mean? See what happens.
Yeah, so hopefully we could see what happens in the Kansas City Chiefs game, and then we could go off that as well. Let me go back up. Let me go through it. Let me go through. I can see the Donkeys not winning. I can see the Donkeys not winning another game. That's what B Al says. Shout out to Best Raiders podcast on YouTube. Thank you, Iverson Vlogs. Really do appreciate
you,
that,
man.
bro. And I know that you're a Phoenix Suns fan. I just want to throw that out there. Congratulations getting CP3 in a great trade. That's going to be good look for y'all for the Phoenix Suns. Sun Joku said Booker has officially shocked the heck out of me. Super impressed. Sun Joku, I told you about this all year long about Devontae Booker. You was not buying in on Devontae Booker at all. And now you see why that I bought in on him to help out with Josh Jacobs. I seen that. That guy has stepped up week after week. I think he really had his breakout in the Kansas City game. That's when we really start to see him get comfortable with the offense. So how you feel about Devontae Booker? You feel like since the Kansas City game that like he got better, or do you see that he's more comfortable with the offense?
I mean, he's a lot more comfortable. You know, him and Josh Jacobs are like they're like twins. You know what I mean? They run very similar. They both have great vision. And, you know, I mean, they basically had and I don't have the, you know, the stats.
He had like 81 yards and 2 touchdowns, I think.
They both had 2 touchdowns. And then let me pull up the Raiders one. And then I know that Josh Jacobs had 112 yards and Booker had 81. So, I mean, I'm happy with what he's doing. I think that, you know, a lot has to do with our offensive line and how well coached they are and how well they execute, how much they communicate, you know, especially being banged up like they are. I think that probably has a lot to do with how much better he is. Obviously, you can see the difference between the Broncos offensive line versus our offensive line. So I think that having him is awesome. You know, if we can keep him and have a tandem, you know, back field like that, I mean, that's great because, you know, if Josh Jacobs is a little banged up, a little sore, whatever, they can spell him with Booker and vice versa. If Booker's feeling a little sore, a little banged up, they can spell him with Josh Jacobs. And you know what I'm saying? So, like, you only have to do 50% of the work.
Yeah.
I'm with it, bro. Like, let's do it.
All right. So shout out to Brother Rise. Brother Rise, thank you for coming on there. Make sure you know subscribe to both of our channels, which is My City, My Game for him and Spotlight Raiders Talk here. Our defense need to play like that against a top tier teams consistently. I think we need to play like that consistently the rest of the year. I think he had the right scheme for it. And think about knowing that Drew Lock is a mobile quarterback, but he's not a Patrick Mahomes. So we definitely want to get into that as well. But I do love the way that our defense did play yesterday. Mike Washington said KC's down O lineman now, which means they'll need backup for some pressure. Now, we did get that news that it is 2 offensive linemen that did go on the COVID-19 list, but knowing the stature of that, according to Ian Rappaport, is a possibility they can still play this week because it just found out today. So that's going to be something to talk about later on in the week once we get more developments on that. Raiders D-line versus Chiefs O-line. We're going to get into that a little bit later. We're probably going to ask those questions once we open up the phone lines as well. What's going on, Bernard Jr.? What's going on, brother? What's up, man?
What's up, bro?
Good news, guys. I heard Richie feels better and Miller as well. Ready to see them tomorrow at practice. That is good news to hear as well. That is good news to hear as well. I'm just going through all the comments, so just give me a second here. I know the Raiders were a more physical team in our matchup, but I still feel like the Browns and the Raiders are a mirror image of each other when it comes to the run game. Well, now y'all got Nick Chubb back. It seemed like y'all got everything back intact when it comes to Nick Chubb. So, I mean, I could say that. I could say it's like a mirror match when it comes to the run game. Michael Cato says, did y'all hear about Andy Reid is ticked because the Raiders took a victory ride around Arrowhead Stadium in the game? Do y'all think that will motivate his team? What do you think will work? Well, I think he's already motivated because they already coming off a bye week. And they do want to get revenge, knowing that we did beat them in Arrowhead, which we have not beat them in so long in Arrowhead. I mean, we took a victory lap because, like, what's wrong with that? We took a victory lap. I don't see an issue in it. If it ticks them off, it ticks them off. But I think John Gruden and this team will have them ready, have the Raiders ready. We can't look back on that game anymore. That game is past. We gotta look forward to this game. What you think, Jay?
John Gruden actually, that's funny. John Gruden was asked about that in his press conference today. And he's like, well, he obviously right away he was frustrated with the question because he's like, he doesn't really like answering questions like that. But yeah, he said basically, he's like, to be honest with you, he was like, I don't know. We had a bus driver that, said some pretty snarky comments that was from Kansas City, made some pretty snarky comments when we got on the bus. So, we made him drive around the stadium once just to tick him off. And then he said, next question. So you could take what you want from that. I don't know if that's true or if he was just being sarcastic, like, oh, let me just make up something and throw it out there. But you can take what you want from that.
Yeah, you could definitely take what you want from that, in my personal opinion, honestly. So I really don't care. I mean, I'm ready to see these guys, man. I'm ready to see what they can do. I really don't care. I'm ready to see them on the field this weekend. I'm ready to see them on the field. Especially it is a Sunday night game, y'all. We are Sunday night football this weekend, so that's definitely going to be dope. I heard news headquarters reports Miller and Richie are feeling great. That's good. Good to see that we get most of our offense alignment back. Did you hear about the Chiefs starting OTs as backups are put on the reserve list? That's we just talked about that. Which we'll talk more about that once we get the call-ins, because we are doing a call-in show for anybody that was not here in the beginning. We are doing a call-in in the second hour of the show for y'all to ask us any questions, because we be backed up on the comments. So if you do want to call in, we be posting that number real soon. That injury Mullins suffered, any news? Did you hear anything about the Trayvon Mullen news? Jay?
No, I haven't heard anything about it. I know that he played the rest of that game without any issues. So I don't think it was anything. I don't think it's anything that they're worried about. But we'll see when the injury report comes out.
Oh, give me 1 second, my mom. Oh, so just want to say a shout out to Mama Spotlight. Today is Mama Spotlight's birthday. Due to COVID, I was not able to go over there because I know my mom has some type of condition, which I don't want to risk, having me go over there. But shout out to Mama Spotlight. Mama Spotlight birthday is today, so I was just texting her. Let me finish texting her. Okay, there we go. Happy birthday, Mama Spotlight. Love you, Mom. Mullins is good. What's going on, Nap God? Thank you for tuning in, Nap God. Really do appreciate it. Love the show, fellas. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Sanjoku. We need to get you on the show. I really need to get your social media.
Yes.
I really need to get your social media because I really want you on the show, and I do want to come onto your show, have us on there as well so we could cross promote. Sanjoku, it will be fun to have you on the show. I gotta get you up on Twitter or something, man. One game at a time. Yes, one game at a time. But listen, is our own destiny to try to make the playoffs. Right now, if the playoffs would have ended now, we would have been the 5th seed. So yeah, we gotta take it one day at a time. Chiefs game is going to be tough. They usually play lights out after a bye. How do you feel about that, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, historically, Andy Reid has a great record. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I think it's something like 8-17 or something crazy like that. 17-8. So he's got way more wins coming off a bye than he has losses. But if anything has been proven this year, with us going into Kansas City and Derek Carr, what did he throw? 4 touchdowns in that game?
Mm-hmm.
Historically, he only threw no more than one touchdown at Kansas City in his career. So if this season has taught us anything, it's that, history is made to be changed. So I'm not going to think anything of it as far as, going into or them coming to us and off a bye and, them winning automatically just because historically that's what they've done. This is a new team. This is a different team. So just win, baby.
I have to agree. I feel like we built confidence off that Kansas City Chiefs game going in. I think we won our last couple of I think we beat the Browns after that, if I'm not mistaken. Who we played after that Kansas City Chiefs game?
Yeah,
that
the
was
Browns.
earlier in the year, right? That was earlier in the year. That was like what, week 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Or no, yeah, that was week 6. I think we lost after that. Let me
I
look.
think
Hold on.
I think we lost the game after that, but Mook Sanchez says Raiders by 3. Okay. JA Raider 0 says Chiefs, remember we played y'all without our left guard Richie Incognito and our corner Damon Arnett and Brian Edwards, and we ready to fight hard this Sunday night. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting to see. I'm looking forward to it, knowing that we have a lot of people coming back off of injuries, especially Damon Arnett. We didn't have Damon Arnett in that game, so that's going to be a good matchup with him and Tyreek Hill. That's going to be a great matchup. Andy Reid off a bye is hard. His record off a bye is 17-3. I believe if that's fine by me. I'm ready to change the narrative of him coming off a bye. I'm ready to change that narrative of him. He even with the Philadelphia Eagles, he did the same thing with the Eagles. So it wasn't no different at that time either. So while Raider J is doing that, I'm going to be going through the comments, and just to let y'all know, we will be having a call-in show as well. Morrow a starter in this game, or keep Littleton because he could keep up with the speed of the receivers. Now we did have this talk as well about Morrow and Littleton. I think if we do keep this of like a 4-3 defense, you keep Morrow inside where Littleton played and put Littleton to the outside. I think you just swap positions and keep both of them on the field. Morrow, technically you see that Morrow plays better inside than he does outside.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think the Raider Nation will agree with that. We saw that yesterday itself, that Morrow plays better inside than outside.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that he just plays better at that position to do what Paul Gunther wants him to do. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you saw it in yesterday's game. But again, playing a team like Kansas City, that's going to be very telling to see if he has the same performance that he did against a Broncos team that's not as dynamic as the Kansas City Chiefs. So we'll definitely see. Like I said, it's going to be very, if things go the way they went against the Broncos, I'm going to be super happy, and I'm going to be like, they better take Littleton out, put Morrow in there, and then figure out something else for Littleton, because maybe it's just not his thing, to be doing what's being asked of him. So if you struggle with doing what you're being asked to, and somebody else does it better, no love lost. Like, let's find a different job for him on the defense, because obviously he's a great defender. He's a good football player. We just need to utilize him in a different way. And I found that out. So it was after we played the Chiefs, it was a bye week. It was our bye week, and then we played the Buccaneers, and we lost.
Oh yeah, that's the last game that we have lost into our 3-game winning streak that we have going on right now. They will bench Littleton 100% for Morrow. I think that like I said, I think both of them should be on the field. Just swap positions. Just see how Littleton does on the outside instead of playing inside, because if he's a better matchup on the outside linebacker side, I think it works out for both players. Instead of benching them, you can play both, and they both can work out. Just like I feel about Jeff Heath and LaMarcus Joyner. Like, if sometimes you might have to swap them in and out at the safety position. But, that's another story that we're going to get into once we have the people call into the show. Sunday is make or break them. I mean, I'm not really. I'm concerned, but I'm not concerned. That's how I feel about the Chiefs right now. I'm concerned, but not concerned.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we want to get a W there, because that's going to help, us moving forward, especially if we end up having a tied record with the Chiefs. That's going to be our tiebreaker. So, either way, we'll be all right. We're going to be all right.
All right, I know I'm pretty behind on the comments, but I'm just going to go through them real quick, Raiders. Happy birthday, Mama Spotlight. Happy birthday, Mama Spotlight. Yeah, Mama Spotlight's birthday's today. Love her down.
Happy birthday.
Trayvon Mullen had a concussion or he just fell, but the news saying that he was great and feeling better. They did put him back to see about concussion protocol, but obviously he was able to get back in the game. I guess he passed all the concussion protocol tests on the sideline, so he was able to get back in. Happy birthday, Mama Spotlight. Cheers. Happy birthday to your mom. Another Raider J. What's going on, Raider J? What's up, man?
What's up?
You got a twin on here. You got a twin. Mallow says, should we stick to the 3-4 defense against the Chiefs? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If we have the linebackers if we have 4 linebackers to actually do what we did in the first game, I think we should. But I think with Paul Guttner, he should flip it sometimes. Sometimes go into that 4-2 with the 2 linebackers sometimes, depending on the situation. But in passing situations, that 3-4 helped us in the last time we beat KC. So I think we should stick with it.
That allows you to double team Travis Kelce to keep, so there's a lot that you can do with that 3-4. And if we have, Bruce Irving out there, running up the middle, he looked pretty good against the Broncos. So I'm with that, bro.
I'm with it too.
We got Arden Key's back. And he's playing really well now.
Well, he played well yesterday. I saw the hit that he put on who was that, Philip Lindsay or Melvin Gordon? I was like, golly, what? Well, now he looks healthy. Chiefs rush defense ranked 29th. Now that's a big thing too. We gonna talk about it. Once y'all get the number, y'all could be able to call into the show. The Bucks, okay. Defense momentum says Browns game giving us the edge over the Queefs. I love when he calls them the Queefs. I love when B. Al does that. I love when he does that. All right, Chiefs ain't that good. The Raiders just play like they did with the Broncos. If we can replicate what we did against the Broncos against the Chiefs, we definitely could get the win.
Oh yeah, and then that was one of our better defensive games too. Was against the Chiefs earlier in the season, so it's definitely doable. I'm excited about the game. I'm not trying to get my hopes up too much because it's a tall order to beat the world champions once, let alone twice in the season.
Right.
But I'm with it, bro. Let's shock the whole NFL.
Absolutely. Good points. Can't wait to BS with y'all this Sunday. Oh man, it's going to be fun, Alex, man. It was good having you in the chat, man, yesterday. That was definitely fun. Iris of Vlogs Spotlight, man. It was a great day today. Also, happy birthday to your mom. Thank you, Iris of Vlogs. Iris of Vlogs is one of my day one streamers, even before this was a Raiders channel. He's been here since day one, so I really do appreciate you, Iris of Vlogs. Really do. So I'm trying to go through these comments because y'all is commenting like crazy. As far as we have every team in our division, yes, we are undefeated. We are 3-0 in the AFC West. My prediction for the Raiders versus Queens, 38-31. All right. So, hey, Crystal Johnson, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Really do appreciate that. By Browns, Chargers, Broncos. Yes, that makes us 3-0 in the last three. We won 3 out of the last 4 games, honestly. So that's good for us too. Icy Nate said, yes, the 4-3 defense will look good. Also, it frees up Littleton and you can blitz Morrow if needed.
Yeah.
I think you should blitz Morrow more. Do it.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Do it. Come on, Paul Gunner. Let's get creative on this defense. We've been asking for the last 10 weeks. We've been asking for it to get creative. Now you're getting a little bit creative. I wish we had Trent. I mean, blessings to Trent, man. Hopefully he's getting better so he could come back and we could, if we had that playoff push, which we will have that playoff push, he'll be back by then. Let's go through these real quick before we could talk more about the game. Oh my God, these comments, I don't know if you see them, but
yeah, they're coming through quick.
We need to run the ball a lot versus the Chiefs, like their 29th running defense. We're going to address. Listen, we see it. What's going on, Dominique? Dominique 5, what's going on?
What up?
Joe Bubs. It will make them, not break them. Okay. 559 Fresno, California. What's going on, Miguel Garcia, Raider Nation all day? Thank you for tuning in. Really do appreciate you coming through to the show.
I've been to Fresno a few times. My dad used to live down there.
I've been on the West Coast, but I've never been to Fresno. Never.
Yep, them grapevines and them canals, man. We used to go fishing in the canals and stuff. I don't ever remember if there's any fish in there, but they got fruit trees everywhere. I liked Fresno back then. I've heard it's totally different now, but
yeah, Key was all over the field. They should have Littleton as a QB spy. That could be a interesting thing too, especially against Patrick Mahomes coming up this week. Booker and Jason is the best 1-2 punch in the NFL. I agree.
mm-hmm.
They're building their momentum every single week, so I definitely do agree with that.
It's definitely not Hilaire and Williams. Definitely not them.
Absolutely not. They're not better than us. They're not better. They don't.
And Le'Veon Bell has. I don't even know.
Le'Veon Bell. I'm not even concerned for. Please, I'm not even concerned for. We lit what's going on, Big Simple. Shout out to Big Simple. He's a Washington football team's of fanatic. He's been on this channel a few times too. So shout out to Big Simple for coming in. Really do appreciate you, bro. Thank you. We lit. Blitz till we get burned. I'm with you on that one. We got to bring more than what we could block. But this is a Reaction Monday. We are going to talk more about the Denver Broncos game because this is a Reaction Monday at the end of the day. So I'm going to stop the comments for right now because we are going to do the call-in show at 7 o'clock, which is in the next 20-25 minutes that we're going to put the
4 o'clock on the East Coast or West Coast.
Now, do you have that box score up for the Broncos game? Because I mean, I could pull it up on my phone, but
I got it.
Okay, that's fine. We're gonna pull it up and we're gonna recap the Denver Broncos game, and then we're gonna go into the Chiefs game. So we're gonna be fine. We're going to be fine. So let's talk about the Denver game before we move on to the Chiefs game, because the Denver game just happened yesterday. So Jay, you can take it away from here, bro.
All right. So we'll do a quick recap here. Hold on. Sorry, 1 second. So you just want me to go over each team?
Just quick? Go over like the as far as the box score or the team stats.
Okay.
As far as time of possession, penalties, and stuff like that.
Yeah, no doubt. So we definitely own the time of possession. So we had the ball 36 minutes and 38 minutes versus the Broncos. Only possessed the ball 23 minutes and 22 seconds. And that was it was pretty close to the time of possession was pretty close going into the half. Coming out of halftime, we definitely did a lot better, especially that fourth quarter. We did a lot better with time of possession, obviously, because we were able to run the ball a lot more. And it was just garbage time. So, they weren't really, the defense wasn't playing like it, normally does. But anyway, let's see. So penalties, we actually had 8 penalties for 82 yards. So that's definitely got to be cleaned up. They cannot be playing as loose with the Kansas City Chiefs, especially with Patrick Mahomes being a top-tier QB. The Zebras are definitely going to be looking to throw the flag as much as possible against the reigning champions. That's just how the officials are. There's not anything you can do about that. And the Broncos had 7 penalties, but only for 37 yards. So their penalties weren't as egregious as ours were. Mm-hmm. So we can have little penalties here and there. That's going to happen, but we can't give up 100 yards of offense or almost 100 yards of offense against teams like Kansas City and other playoff caliber teams.
Right.
We rushed for 203 yards, and they only rushed for 66. So we had a lot better, run game going than they did. That two-headed beast, man. I'm gonna continue to call it two-headed monster. I think I'm gonna call it.
Right, two-headed monster, thunder and lightning.
Exactly. So our rushing. So we averaged about 5 yards per carry on the game, and they averaged about 3.5. Obviously, Drew Lock threw 4 interceptions. We didn't have any interceptions. That's one of the reasons why I was getting frustrated with, us being up just, a couple of scores and then John Gruden going real conservative. I'm like, dude, there's no interceptions on the game. Like, air it out a little bit on, 3rd and 10. Let's try to get a first down, be a little bit more aggressive. Derek Carr definitely took care of the football really well. Our offensive line was doing pretty well as far as protecting him. Obviously they didn't have any sacks. We had a couple of sacks for a loss of 10 yards. So our passing yards was only 154. So Derek Carr only threw for 154 yards in that game. Drew Lock threw for 247. Carr was 16 of 25, and Lock was 23 of 47. We averaged 6.2 yards per pass, and they averaged 5. 12 drives for them, 13 for us, so that was almost exactly the same. And then our total yards was 357. Theirs was 313.
Mm-hmm.
We had 66 plays. They had 68. The third down efficiency, we were only 6 of 13 for third down efficiency. That's not very good. I'd like to see it more in the 60% range, hopefully, or more, 70s, 80s, even better. But if you're going to have a rough game or a game where you're not converting a lot, at least it be in the 60 percentile range. Definitely don't like the under 50%. But theirs wasn't any better. Theirs was 7 of 15. So again, our offense is better than their offense. Our quarterback is better than their quarterback. We should not have tied when it comes to or been close like that when it comes to third down efficiency. We've got to convert those.
We started off pretty badly in the first half. I think we was 1 of 5 in the first half on third down efficiency. That's not going to cut it starting games, especially against a Kansas City Chiefs game that we have coming up this week.
Yeah, we need to be, we're in this season, we are a second half team. We definitely have one of the best, we have some of the best stats in the NFL when it comes to the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's all great. And I'm glad for that, and I applaud that and I celebrate that. But, going against, playoff teams, we've got to get the lead right away and we've got to hold the lead. And I don't want to get, 2-3 scores behind Kansas City and have to make that up in the second half.
Right.
That's not a place you want to be at.
Not against Kansas City, knowing how fast they can score as well.
Exactly. I mean, that's tough. It's tough to come back, from that. We were able to do that in the last game. So, against them. So hopefully that's something that they'll be consistent with. But again, it's not a guarantee. There's no guarantees in the NFL, especially against a team this dynamic. Anything can happen. The best thing for you to do is get in there, put points on the board as quick as possible, keep the foot on the pedal, and don't give up. Don't give up a bunch of points, in the first half. So let's see. Passing first downs, we only had 8. They had 14. And then rushing first downs, we had 11 to their 4. So it definitely was a run-heavy game. Don't ask me why. That was,
for us?
Yeah, for us was run heavy. We had 11 rushing first downs. And we had 8 passing first downs. And
I think that the run heavy was so, like I said before, and I know most of the Raider Nation seen it as well. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If we're averaging 6 yards, almost 5 to 6 yards per carry, why stop going to something that works, knowing that the receivers was not showing up in this game? It wasn't like Nelson Aguilar drop pass. Then you had a wide open drop pass by Darren Waller that could have been another touchdown. Henry Ruggs looked like he tried to reach out for the ball, but I think if he would have dove for the ball, then he would have caught that. Even if he didn't get a touchdown, even if he just would have reached out a little bit more. So I think that's why I feel like they went to establish the run game, because the wide receivers was dropping the balls.
Yeah, it was. It's a possibility. Like I said, it worked out. There was a couple of times where it got a little dicey and we weren't, because of the struggles of the defense. But Drew Lock, we put pressure on him and he made mistakes, and it is what it is, and we won the game in the end. But yeah, so it definitely There's some games where we're more pass heavy, some games where we're more run heavy, and I think that's just really John Gruden's style right now. Is he's old school when it comes to certain plays. Running with 2 men in the backfield. That's very old school, to having the fullback and the running back out there. So when it comes to that, he's old school. But I think really when it comes to what he decides to do in the game, I think it's just a lot depends on what is going on in the game, who's doing what, how the defense is running, how their defense is running. So,
all right. So most likely from what I take from this game is Jeff Heath. Let's talk about him. Jeff Heath was the turnover starter in this. That's when this defense started to wake up. Like Denver was driving down the field on us on that drive. Mm-hmm. They were driving. And every time Denver started to drive, here comes Jeff Heath with his 2 interceptions. But the one in the end zone the one he got in the end zone was a more crucial one because we couldn't stop nothing across the middle that whole drive. We could not stop nothing across the middle. Our linebackers were a little bit too far back, and they was throwing stuff underneath. And then when they try to go over top, and that's when Jeff Heath came over and started this movement of turnovers, and 4 turnovers in the game. When do we ever think that the Raiders would go get 4 turnovers in the game? That was big for us. That was really big for us.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He just had a game. You know what I mean? And he was playing real well in coverage. He was, he was everywhere the ball was going for whatever reason, but he was paying. He had his head on a swivel and his eyes open, and was able to spy those balls as they were getting thrown in the air. And dude just had a game, and I hope he keeps it going. Hold on, let me pull up something here real quick. Since we're talking about Mr. Jeff Heath. So it says let's see, Jeff Heath. So he had 1 tackle, but it was a solo tackle. So he had 1 solo tackle, and then obviously 2 passes defensed. And then there was what do you have? 4 interceptions or 3?
He has 3.
3. Yeah, 3 interceptions. So yeah, I mean, dude had a heck of a game, man, and I'm with it, bro. I'd rather have him back there than Harris. And I will mention that I was big on Harris last season. I thought he was making improvements in that Chargers game, but after that, he just kind of disappeared again. So.
I agree. And even if we did get Jeff Heath in the free agency, and a lot of Raider Nation really didn't like the signing of Jeff Heath. I think I love the signing of Jeff Heath just because we didn't play. Our secondary didn't play that well, and I think we needed depth at the secondary position. And I feel like at the end of the day that we have to put some consideration on. You got to put some respect on Jeff Heath's name. He came in on a 1-year deal. Coming over from the Dallas Cowboys was a disgruntled Dallas Cowboys, and he's playing better than half of the signings that we had in this season. I'm just being honest. As outside of the corners, I don't think any of our corners have picks, and he has picks. So with that being said, I feel like you can say what you want about Jeff Heath, but he's the turnover starter for us. He got our first, I think, one of our first ever turnovers in the Kansas City Chiefs game, and had 2 against Denver. That's 3 interceptions in this division alone. Can't say nothing else about him. You gotta start Heath over Harris. Gotta do it.
Oh no, sorry. Jeff Heath had 2 interceptions. Nassib had 1, and then Kwiatkowski had 1.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense then. All right. So we should have kept Demarius Randall too. Oh man, just imagine if we kept Demarius Randall. And people need to fail to realize that guy can play 2 positions on defense, and that's safety and corner. So imagine David Arnett is out, right? And we had Demarius Randall at corner. That means we have a veteran we don't have to worry about Neville Lawson.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to worry about never lost it. Like, I just don't understand, man. I just don't understand. What's going on, Trigger Time? What's up with you? What's going on? Great live stream last night. I was watching on my TV. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
For anybody right now, honestly, I'm kind of open to opening up the lines now to see what they want. So we're going to open up the lines now. We're going to put the number on the screen right here. If you want to call into the show and talk to us, the number is right there. 503-765-6807.
Yeah, so call in there. It's going to screen you. It's going to ask you to state your name. You give your name, and then it's going to connect you. Just try to keep it clean. No cussing. We're not trying to get flagged or anything. So
right.
Talk your smack, but try to keep it clean as far as language.
I don't care if you're part of our division. Bring it on.
Yep.
Bring it on. I don't care if you're a part of our division. We like to open up the lines to the fans now. And if you want to call in right now. The number is right there on there, and we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it. Dude, my bum behind Chargers keep losing. I'm mad. Trigger time. I feel bad for your Chargers, man.
Yeah, it's rough, man. To be one of the only teams to lose by one score. That's tough, man, to be that close and to consistently fall short. So hopefully you guys will improve some of your coaching positions and that will change.
Absolutely. So we're waiting on Trent has been a disappointment so far anyway. I can say that, but I mean, right now, if we just hopefully he could get 100% healthy and be good. But I mean, we got the phone lines open, y'all. Phone lines open if y'all want to talk any smack or any Raiders. Oh, we got somebody calling in.
There we go.
Call from
Steve.
To accept, press 1.
Yo, what's up, Steve?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you, man?
Doing good. Calling in from Houston, I was just going to say this is a team of destiny this year. After all this stuff's going on and all the things that team's been through and the coach and everything, I love the way this team's going. I predicted them to go 10-6. I believe strongly that we're going to beat Kansas City this weekend and we're going to shock the world again. What say you, my friends?
Go ahead, D.
I'm sorry. Say that again because it was like kind of static again.
Oh, he was asking. He's calling the Raiders going 10-6 on the season, and he thinks that we're gonna beat the Kansas City Chiefs. That we are definitely improving and going to continue to improve. And he wants to know what we think.
Okay, so I don't know. Like for some reason, like my volume is like because I'm trying to use it with my headphones too. So just give me a second.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll go ahead. While you're adjusting that, I'll go ahead and address. We still got you there, Steve?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So I definitely agree. I think that, I have a feeling that we are going to win on Sunday. I definitely feel like we have the confidence. And like I said, going into that Broncos game and watching the players and how they were playing, especially on defense, they were playing with a different attitude. They were playing with heart, with grit, and I really, really think that takes a team a long way, especially going against playoff teams and going into the playoffs. So I feel like we will win, and if we do win, I'm saying it right now, if we win, we're going to go undefeated in the division. We are going to we're definitely going to set a tone come Sunday, and I agree with you as well too that we are a young, talented team who needs time to continue to develop and get better, especially on defense. And that's going to happen. And if a change needs to be made at the defensive coordinator position, that it'll be made. Already adjustments have been made. You can see to the defense. So hopefully those adjustments will continue. And, we won't have to have a bad situation like firing Paul Gunther and bringing in somebody else, and having to reteach a whole new scheme. But no, I totally agree. And I think we can definitely make a splash in the playoffs, if not shock everybody and take it to an AFC championship. So, but we'll see.
What it is Mayock's put the building blocks in places. You know, the whole league has been chasing the Kansas City Chiefs, and I love the way that they've got the swagger back that the Raiders used to have during the Soul Patrol days. And with Abrams back there and Arnett back there and Trayvon Mullen back there, I mean, this is and the way they bring in Kawakowski and all the other great players and Booker and everything. And this is the two-headed monster with him and of course Jacobs and Ruggs and what's his name? The Edwards is coming back. I love the offensive power that we have on this team, and I don't know. This is just a different year and everything. I just feel. I know I say this every year, but you know, in Gruden we trust, and also Mayock we trust. So we haven't had a GM like this since Ron Wolf and everything. I know Al was pretty good, but he was really good in a lot of ways it takes, but he was also not as good as we had hoped. But you know, he's the Godfather, so I'm not going to put. You know, he made the Raiders he's identity of the Raiders, but. I'm just so pumped up as a Raider fan, as I know you are and everybody else. This is a completely different team. It's so much different even from last year. Would you agree on that?
Absolutely. I definitely will agree on that because last year we played well, but I feel like now that we put in the right pieces in the right places and we see more continuity. We was kind of like having issues on the sideline with personal vendettas and stuff like that. And I feel like now that we have more continuity and we've seen like Mike Mayock is putting the right players in player personnel, and John Gruden just have to utilize our wide receivers a little bit more. But I feel like we're definitely improved from last year. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, hey man, appreciate you calling in. It's Steve, right? I want to make sure I remember your name. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm bad with names, so go ahead.
No problem. Hey, it's an honor, a privilege to talk to you. I've been a Raider fan since the Heidi game in '68 when they played Joe Willie and the New York Jets. And what do we always say? The Raiders are back, baby. And then say Raiders.
Absolutely.
Raiders.
Win, baby.
Great show.
Raiders. All right, man. Take care.
Take care. Call you again soon.
All right.
Good luck.
All right.
Hey guys, if you're calling in, if we happen to be on a call, definitely, you know, and it doesn't go through, definitely give us a call back because we're more than happy to have you guys on. So we're not able to put calls on hold or anything. So
right.
Call from
Silver and Black Lounge Act.
to accept, press.
What's up, Silver and Black Lounge Act?
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's going on, Silver and Black Lounge? Hey, what's going on, my brother?
Y'all there?
Yep.
Yeah, we here. Can you hear me?
I hear you now.
Okay.
Hold on, there's on the phone. Hey, so look, we got a 1-2 punch with Booker and Jacobs. What y'all think about going split back?
It's a good question. I like it. I like the split back. I know that there's a lot of run pass plays and stuff that they're running with the two backs there. I think that all of our backs are able to be worked into the pass game. So I'm with it. And then being able to have Ingold as a fullback in the backfield as well as Jacobs. And, if Carr decides to not, hand the ball off to Jacobs and then throw a pass to Ingold, that option is there. So I think it opens up a little bit more for our offense to mix it up a little bit because Ingold can definitely handle those passes and break those tackles. And it just makes us more dynamic. So what do you think, D?
I definitely do agree, having, Ingo in there. It's just that, he did have like some type of injury. I think it was concussion protocol. Why we didn't see much of him last night, but why not keep Ingo in there? I think have him in the passing. I mean, those fourth downs or those third down conversions, especially on a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, you could definitely go and actually have him, and knowing that Rashard is going to be out, Ingo might be that third back due to the fact that Rashard is going to be out, which we don't know how long he's going to be out for. So having Ingo with Booker and everybody, Booker, Jacobs, and Ingo, 3-headed monster. Jalen Rashard could definitely be that jewel. So yeah.
Call from
Dirty Eric 1500.
to accept, press 1. To send.
Yo, what's up, Dirty Eric? How you doing, man?
What's going on, D? What's going on, Jay?
Hey, Dirty Eric, what's up, man? What's going on?
None of it means anything if that defense don't stay consistent. Something like last night. If we don't stay like that, period, none of it means anything. Let Marlowe be more of a rotation with Littleton, because I'm not even sure about Littleton no more. You know what I'm saying? I like what Law did, blitz him, but remember, last time we played him, we blitzed 3 and kept 1 spot the whole game. That's all I'm saying. I don't know much about much. But he got that job, if you ask me, boy. He did his thing last night. Y'all have a good night. And I love the show.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Really do appreciate
I agree with you. Yeah, definitely. If we don't continue consistency and continue improving on defense, yeah, none of that means anything. Especially when you get to the playoffs, because everybody plays better in the playoffs. Everybody's playing, for a little bit more in the playoffs, and so you've got to remain consistent and continually improve. Most definitely.
You know what I'm thinking? Kinda. Do you think Gruden and them is secretly keeping our offensive line guys to the side, rested until the playoffs?
I mean, it's possible that they are being a little bit more careful. That maybe where they would normally play a little banged up.
Trent bullshit, but I mean, yeah, I mean, like Richie and that's all I'm thinking. I'm just thinking he's trying to keep him resting until the playoffs. That's all. I don't know.
It's a possibility. We do have an easier schedule this second half, so yeah, I definitely think it could be.
And Trent played when we played Kansas City last. Remember?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's a lot of question marks. You just got to stay consistent. That's all I'm thinking.
But I mean, I understand that you have those question marks.
That's all, bro. I'm carry on and watch the show. We're on watching the dishes. Y'all have a good night.
All right,
you too, man. Take care.
I mean, it is some question marks on our offensive line, but you got to give Tom Cable his credit, though, knowing that he's bringing these people in and getting them prepared, even though that we don't have a lot of our starters on that line. So we got to give Tom Cable some credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
Will says, hey, how is it going, Darian and Jay? The Raiders are looking legit this year. Thank you so much, Will, for coming into the show. Really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate that love. But if y'all definitely do want to call in, y'all can definitely call into the show and ask us anything y'all want to ask about Raiders. I don't care if it's Chargers fans. I don't care if it's anything about that. If y'all want to call in and show love, let us know. I'm definitely going to put it in the group chat for the Spotlight Sports Network. See if they want to call in as well.
Call from
Vince up north, out of Las Vegas.
to accept, press 1.
Yo, what's up, Vince? How you doing?
Yo, what's going on? What's going on, man?
What's up, Vince? What's up, man?
I just want to say, big win last Sunday. I think what's going on, y'all? I'm a big fan of the show. I watch your show on Facebook all the time. Any chance that I could get. I was thinking, what do y'all think out of Abram? I think maybe he could, if he develops, looks like he needs to work on some more ball skills. He's definitely shown that he could. He has some ball skills, as getting that interception a couple weeks early in the season. But what do y'all think of the potential? You think he could turn into that heavy hitter like a Brian Dawkins, that Cam Chancellor, or he could turn into a superstar in this league? Because I'm loving what I'm seeing out of him, and he definitely deserves that number 24.
I think Abram is going to remind me of a Brian Dawkins. He does give me Brian Dawkins. He gives me like he's a hard hitter like Brian Dawkins, but if he could get his cover skills like a Charles Woodson, then I would be fine with that mixture. But as far as like him coming up into the box and being that eighth person or that eighth person in the box and coming downhill and hitting hard, yes, he does remind me of Brian Dawkins. Jonathan Abram is the future. Just hopefully that shoulder holds up during his career, knowing the fact that he had that shoulder injury. Hopefully we can have him for the rest of this year. God forbid anything happens. But I have to agree with you, bro. He does remind me of a Brian Dawkins. What you think, Jack?
Yeah, most definitely. I agree. I love the way he plays. I talked about it earlier. I love the way he plays with that grit, with that aggressiveness, with that chip on the shoulder. I'm absolutely with it. I definitely agree with you. I think that he does need to work on some fundamentals and some things like that, but that's going to come with time. That's going to come with coaching and development. And he's going to get better and better. And if he can continue to play his style of play while improving on his, ball handling skills and ball control and his eyes and all that kind of stuff, I mean, the guy is a missile out there. So I feel bad for opposing offenses when he gets to that level.
Facts.
Most definitely. I appreciate for y'all letting me call in, man. I definitely keep an eye on the show. Keep up the good work. Just win, baby. I'm coming from Las Vegas, so the city is on fire. I can tell you that right now. Everybody who's anybody
Nice.
that's supporting, they're supporting the Raiders. It kind of kills me. I'm born and raised in Las Vegas, and I've been a Raider fan, all my life. My pops was a Raider fan, so I became a Raider fan, and I understand that people in the Bay Area, in Oakland, they're salty, and yes, they go hard. The people in LA, I understand, our fan base, they go hard.
Right.
And it's always funny to me when I hear, oh, it's never going to work in Vegas. It would never be what it was. Or I just laugh because on the inside, this was probably the best thing that happened to the Raiders. Nothing, no other fan base, no other organization deserves a brand new stadium that we got, brand new facility that we got. And I can tell you right now, that first Monday night win that we got from New Orleans, I drove to the stadium. It was a party. It was a movie scene. This is something that Las Vegas has been waiting on. I'm born and raised here. We never had a sports franchise, professional franchise, and all my life until now, until we got our Golden Knights. That seemed to work, and now the Raiders are here. And it's a perfect mesh. I could definitely tell you guys that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure, man.
Thank you for calling in. We really do
I
appreciate you calling in, man.
Peace. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, you too, man. Peace out.
Peace.
Now, if anybody that was trying to call in, Ghoulie, if you're trying to call in right now because the Raider Nation is going to call in. The Raider Nation is going to call in, so you need to call in ASAP if you do want to call in and talk to us. We are right here, 503-765-6807. It is the Spotlight Raiders Talk, home of the Spotlight Sports Network. If y'all have not subscribed to My City, My Game, make sure you do that right now. Make sure y'all come on in and show love. I'm going to regret this, but the Patriots are back. Bill McMahon, we're not even talking about that. Godly, we're not going to be talking about that. Of course, y'all had the advantage. It was cold. That's that's awesome. Vegas born. Come on in respect. Snake Sports Talk is in the building. Shout out to Snake Sports Talk. We are in the building. If you do want to call in, the number's right there. Call in and talk your smack, or call in and be like Raider Nation, baby. That's what we doing here. That's what we doing. What's up, Fierce Raider 88? What's up, my guy?
I'm gonna try something here real quick, D.
All right, cool. No problem. Are you going to try to call me?
No, I'm gonna call back to
It's right there.
Yo,
hey, what's up, man?
can y'all hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Who's that?
All right. Okay, so just to make this short and sweet, I think you guys are probably using the stream of the yard because I don't see Bill McMahon because I got to say something about Bill McMahon real quick. I'm happy that you got the last name McMahon. You're acting just like Vince McMahon right now, acting crazy. You guys won 2 games. I'm not here to rain on a Patriots parade, but I will say this. If it wasn't for that weather, and if it wasn't for that lack of effort, you guys could have lost to the Jets, and Cam Newton would have lost his job. Now, don't tell me, don't sit here, Patriots fans, and do that.
Is that who I think it is?
Don't do that.
Yeah,
That's Ghoulie.
yeah, that's good.
You guys won 2 games. Don't think y'all the hottest thing since Mississippi, because look right now, the way how y'all division is stacked, Buffalo can beat y'all and Miami can beat y'all. So as far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't even be celebrating the fact that I beat the Ravens. Oh yeah, you beat the Ravens. That's good. But nah, bro, you can't just come up here and sit here on a Raiders podcast, and this is coming from a Chicago Bears fan who's going to be doing the Bears and Vikings game tonight. This is coming from a Bears fan.
Which it might be on Spotlight Raiders Talk too, y'all.
Because my team, record-wise, is better than the Patriots right now. By just a hair. A hair. So I got enough to talk for about smack for just 1 week. But boys, congratulations on beating the Donkeys. Something that did the Patriots lose to the Donkeys?
Yup.
Yes, they
Did
did.
The Patriots did lose to the Donkeys.
Yeah, you really can't talk. You really can't
The
talk.
Patriots.
Can't talk. Don't
Sorry, Jake.
The basement. The basement.
Sorry, Jake, but the
is
Broncos
a
beat y'all
beautiful
too.
Because I know I've been living in there since 1985, and I wasn't even born yet. I was a sperm when that happened. Living. So I could not. I cannot. Don't talk. Don't do that here. We ain't gonna do that here. Let the Raiders fans have their moment right now. Because you know what? I gotta say, you know what? I gotta say this. You know, even though they gave us Khalil Mack, and I'm still grateful for that. Hey, we gave them. Hey, they got Josh Jacobs, so I'm grateful for them for that. So as far as I'm concerned, the Raiders are doing what they're doing. I was one of those people. Look, D can tell you, I hate John Gruden. I don't hate him like the top 5 of the most hated coaches, but I just hate how sometimes his him not adjusting. And he said he wants to bring the game back to 1990 what was it, 1998, and that record was just no. Just no. Y'all were 8-8 when that happened, so that's a horrible thing to actually admit. But you know what? Hey, Derek Carr is doing his thing. You know, when someone says Derek Carr is not the quarterback for this franchise, I have to admit, no.
Hey, Gooley.
People are nuts. If you want to talk about a quarterback that's not ready, you know, there's a lot of QBs that aren't ready for prime time, and there's a lot of QBs out here that just, that hauls on the lead. So, Raiders, you guys obviously you did what you had to do. You beat the Donkey, something that the Patriots couldn't do with a Cam Newton or without a Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
But Gooley, we got something for you, bro.
Everything has its turn.
We got some Gooley. Can you hear me, bro?
My Bears can finally break this 3-game losing streak.
I don't think you can
go
hear
back to the winning column. If we need a win tonight. I'm calling on the powers of every Raider fan to have I'm like Goku at this point. Just
Gooley, can you hear me, brother? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear you, bro. I can hear it's John because I'm calling from John. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can only hear me.
Listen, read this comment to him.
He says, Bill McMahon said, "I'm sorry, but aren't the Bears on a 3-game losing streak?"
Yeah, the Bears on a 3-game losing streak, but hell, we wouldn't lose to the Donkeys. We beat the Donkeys last year by a shady field goal, so I wouldn't be talking, Mr. Bill McMahon.
He also said, and people want Mitch Trubisky to start?
Yeah, people do want Mitchell Trubisky to start because they feel that Nick Foles is not the guy, but if you look at the numbers, they're not lying. They're not lying. Trubisky has better numbers than Nick Foles, but to be honest, if you really look at it, the Bears' biggest problem is O-line. It's not just quarterback. It's O-line play as well. So
Gooley came on here to promote the Bears. The Bears and Vikings game Monday night.
Hey,
so
1985. Did the Bears dominate the Patriots in that game? Oh, that's strike 3.
All right, Gooley.
Gooley, we'll see you. Gooley, I'll see you Monday night, bro. I'll see you tonight at 8 o'clock, man.
Congrats on the win. Who you guys play next?
Chiefs.
We got the Chiefs coming up on Sunday.
Is that in Las Vegas?
Yep, in Vegas.
Okay, I got to think about that game. But all right, you guys. D, I'll see you later on at 8.
All right, man.
See you later on, man.
All right.
Peace out.
Yeah.
That is Mao Gooley, ladies and gentlemen. Mao Gooley of the Spotlight Sports Network. He is a big Chicago Bears fan. If y'all do want to see that live play-by-play and reactions on this channel as well, let me know in the comments if y'all want me to throw that up on there. I'm going to be live with him doing that on the Spotlight Sports Network. So shout out to Mao Gooley. That's my brother. He's a part of the Spotlight Sports Network. That's why he did congratulate us on our win. You know, he's doing his thing. So it is what it is. I love you, brother. I love you. So anybody else?
I'm gonna try to call this individual back in the 702 real quick.
All right, there we go.
Hey, this Raider J77, man.
What's going on, man? It's Jake the Snake from your favorite hit show, the Snake Sports Talk Show. Wanted to call in and give my boys here from Raider J and of course Darian of the Spotlight Sports Raiders Talk. Here, a little bit of appreciation, man. You guys are doing a great job. Keep up the hard work and stuff. I will say this, a little bit of something for the Raiders. This actually turned out to be a really good thing, as one of the biggest callers called in, and I agree. Best thing that ever happened to Vegas, to be honest. Now having an NFL team and the way that things are going for the Raiders right now, it's been looking really, really good. I say that as a longtime Charger fan, and right now with the way that things are looking for the Chargers, I can't lie. The Raiders are playing like an absolute better team. And Derek Carr can definitely keep up with this type of division with Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert for years. And he is definitely the Raiders quarterback. Plays like Raiders, and he balls like Raiders. Everybody up over there, and like you mentioned about Jonathan Abram, and I will say this about Jonathan Abram. He's the type of guy that brings old school Raider football, and I'm talking about like Ronnie Lott type of hype. And I really do love this kid. I think he's going to be a really good potential for the near future. But I will say this: I'm letting you guys have your moment right now for this year, because I guarantee you, when the coaching staff gets amped up by 2021, it's gonna be all bolted up from here. It's gonna be bolted up from here, boys.
These guys,
but
man.
I really am liking what I'm seeing from the Raiders this year.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate
you, Jake. I know you can't hear me, but I love you, bro.
Absolutely.
Love you,
All
bro.
right, man. All right, thanks for calling
care,
in,
guys.
bro. Take care, man.
No problem.
All right, the phone line is open. So if you called in just while we were on that call, give us a call back, man. Give us a call back.
Definitely give us a
phone
call
line's
back.
open.
This is really interesting. You know, you had to bring two guys up from the Spotlight Sports Network to call in and, rep their squad. So shout out to, Jake the Snake Silva of the Snake Sports Talk Show, home of the Spotlight Sports Network. Make sure y'all subscribe to them channels, man. We really do appreciate it. Chap, I know you love the call-in shows, Chap. I remember I used to do the call-in shows, so I'm happy that, you want to call up and, talk Raiders, because I know you've been doing your thing.
All
Call
right.
from Key. To accept, press 1.
What's up, Key?
Yo.
What up, Key in the building? What's up, sis? What's going on?
I'm in the building.
What's up with you? What's going on with you? How you feeling about our Raiders? Be honest, because I know half of this year you've been going against us. You've been going against us half of this year.
Can you hear him?
Yep.
Okay.
I can hear you.
You heard me?
I don't think she can hear you.
No, I can only hear you.
Okay. So she can only hear me.
Okay. So tell her how you feel about going against us this year. You've been going against us all year.
Had to come rep my guys, my bros. Raiders is doing good this year for y'all. I'm not a biased Raiders fan, even though my team sucks. Still leading in the NFC least division, but I do not take on the Raiders. Y'all are actually doing good. I got no judgment. I got a camera on to support my guys, my brothers. On the Spotlight Raiders Talk.
For sure. Appreciate you. So, D wants to know why you've been going against the Raiders all year. What do you have to say for yourself?
No, I have not been going against the Raiders all year. That's lies and deceit. Lies and deceit. I ain't gonna lie. I did pick the Chiefs, but any other time I picked y'all.
No, you did, because you didn't pick us against the Saints either.
He said, no, you didn't, because you didn't pick us against the Saints either.
You're right, I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Don't prove me wrong.
Oh, man.
Okay, I didn't pick y'all.
Okay, I'm just making sure now. I might have to go look back at the film. I might have to go look back at the film.
Week. So, yeah.
Hold up. Ask her, did you pick the Panthers in week 1? Didn't you pick the Panthers in week 1?
Didn't you pick the Panthers in week 1?
No, did I? I don't remember. You know how long ago week 1 is? We in week 10.
It has been a while. I don't remember who. I don't know.
I gotta look back at the tapes. I'm going to look back at the tapes.
I don't remember. I don't think I picked the Carolina. I think I did pick y'all.
All right, I gotta look back at the tapes. I gotta look back at it.
I mean, if you want me to go back and check, hold on. Just to ease your dang on mind, D. Give me a second.
I love messing with her because like she knows that she.
All right. So who did I pick? All the way back in week 1.
I
picked the Raiders. Ha ha.
See,
There you go.
All right, there we go. We got the answer. It's all love. It's all love.
But yes, I'm not a Raiders hater. Again, I'm always in the building. I'm sure everybody's seen me. So again, I just had to come over, rep my brothers, and give y'all a shout out, and just continue to do Raiders content. Have the channel grow. Let's get the 4K.
Facts.
Absolutely. Let's do that.
Thank you. We appreciate that, sis. Appreciate that.
All right, D. I'll talk to y'all.
All right. Peace out. All right, we're open. Hey, whoever called from the 510, the line is open if you want to give us a call.
I think you said 510?
Yeah.
That might have been Chap. Chap, was you trying to call in, Chap? And Ray Rodriguez, if you want to call in and ask us that question, we'll definitely call in and ask us that question. The number is right there below, 503-765-6807. Y'all definitely want to call in and talk. Y'all can ask us anything. Because we are going to end it at 7:30 due to the fact that I do got to get prepared with Ghoulie for Monday Night Football. And I'm thinking about putting it on this channel too. I'm not too sure yet. I do want to keep the consistency of this channel too. So, absolutely.
All right, here we go.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
Yo, what's good, man? What's good?
Hey, how's it going, man? Can y'all hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Who is that,
cool.
Chad?
Yeah. So yesterday's game, man, that game was pretty solid, man. And I feel like we have the most underrated offensive line group in the freaking league.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about like all through perseverance, losing Colton and then Incognito. We got these backups and practice squad going back to the active roster and back to practice squad of Parker. And we got Omame, another backup guard playing tackle.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why we didn't really pass the game later on we passed the ball later on in the game. So we stuck with the running game, and our running game is freaking, man, it's stupid solid. Like we got our interior. Shout out to Good playing left guard. This guy, they should pay this dude, man. This guy came through at left guard for Incognito, and then going to right tackle previously for Kent Brown. This dude is balling. But yeah, man, defensively, that was a hell of a game, man. Shout out to Moreau. He did his thing. Kowalski, he did his thing. Heath. Heath. And yeah, man, just continue to play that. Man, just keep doing what they're doing, man. I know everybody's on his head. I was too, but man, what can we do? All we can do is voice our opinion. But you just gotta keep balling, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just juiced, man. That was a great team win. Now I wish we could have put more on the scoreboard. Henry could have caught one, went right between his hands. Darren Waller, he could have had a walk-in touchdown. You had Nelly drop one in the end zone. I'm like, dang. But shoot, thank God we got a good running game, running up in our interior. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
I just want to call sign in, man. Appreciate you taking my call.
Yeah, no problem, man. Hey, what was your name, man?
Ulu.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't hear your name at the beginning.
We didn't hear it when we try to buzz you in. But thanks for calling in.
Really do my call. Y'all have a good one. Y'all be safe out there, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Take care.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree, man. I think that the way that this offensive line has been playing, banged up as we are, definitely the most underrated, man. The most underrated, the most hated. That's what it is to be a Raider. You know what I
And
mean?
that's what happens. Like that's why I said give Tom Cable his credit, because even though that we had three, like we had most of what Richie Incognito's a Pro Bowl offensive lineman. Richie Incognito's a Pro Bowl. Trent Brown is a Super Bowl winning offensive lineman, and who else? What's the third person that we missing?
We're missing Gabe Jackson, right?
Yeah, Colton Miller. It's Colton Miller.
Colton Miller. Sorry, yeah.
But it's looking like we might get Colton Miller back in this week, so hopefully that'll be good for us. But you got to give Tom Cable credit. We wanted Tom Cable out last year. A lot of people wanted him out last year as an offensive line coach, knowing that we gave him a lot of sacks to Derek Carr. So offensive line is very underrated. They don't give us no credit. I don't understand how Rodney Hudson is not a Pro Bowler. Don't understand it, but it's the Raiders for you at the end of the day. It's the Raiders for you.
Yeah, so we got a few more minutes here. We probably take one more call?
Yeah, we're going to take one more call, and then we're going to end the show. And we're going to be doing this more often, even if we do our post-game shows afterwards. If we do our post-game shows right after the games, which I think we should do on Sunday Night Football, but I know it's going to be late, but I don't care. I after Sunday Night Football, I think we should do a post-game live call-in show like this, so people could get their instant reaction and still do a reaction Monday call-in show. I think the call-in show is definitely a great idea. People call in and be a part of it, but this is going to be the last call of the night.
All right.
Call from
Corey in Connecticut.
to accept, press 1.
What's up, Corey? What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen?
What's up, man? What's going
want
on?
to say a few things that made me feel good about this season and then even moving forward. One thing that made me feel real good about yesterday was the fact that we beat the Broncos down, and we should have. I feel like too many times over the past couple of years, even when we were a good team, every game has come down to the wire, and it's nice to be like, okay, we're not going to stoop to certain teams' levels anymore. We're going to play how we're capable of playing, and that's a sign of a good team. So that makes me really excited. And then I think people highly undervalue fundamentally sound. Our offense isn't flashy, whatever, it's fundamentally sound. If it's bad weather, we can run the ball. If it's nice, we can take the top off. And I think a lot of teams are one-trick ponies. Certain teams are very flashy. They can't do anything, though, if the weather's no good. And then the thing I was thinking about today that makes me very happy about the future is I was like, man, this team's good. They're young. And I was like, they really don't have any huge pending free agents. This whole team is going to still be together for the most part next year. And I think that's very, very exciting.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I definitely agree. We're, like I was saying before, we're young and talented. Gruden and Mack have done a great job of putting together a team that is young and that we don't have to, pay a ton in cap space. So, we can go out and we can get those guys, that we can bring in and pay them a little bit more money, to be difference makers on this team. They don't always pan out, but that's why we got these young, talented players that, we don't have to pay a ton of money to, and that will get their paychecks eventually, But, I mean, that's how New England has done it. That's how they've done it all these years, all these seasons. Right. So why not, follow suit and, do what works. So I totally agree with you, man.
Yeah, the defense played the later into the game they got yesterday. Defense just played loose. I feel like the first, couple games of the year, it seemed like every single drive they're just holding off for dear life. Like, please just don't score a touchdown. And yesterday, as the tide started to turn, they played loose. I think it was Lawson had that monster hit that caused the fumble. That's from being relaxed out there, and that's just how they need to play, and they'll be so much better.
Yeah, D, I'm gonna let you respond to that real quick.
I couldn't hear the last part, so say it.
I can't hear him if he's talking.
Yeah, sorry. So he was saying that basically you were saying that they were playing kind of loose and having more fun and that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I know he can't hear me, but I have to agree that the more continuity, the more fun we're going to have. Instead of switching people out every single year, getting free agents every single year. I mean, yes, rookies is going to come in every year as well. But at the same time, now we have veterans in place that's going to be here for the next couple of years. It brings continuity to it. And when you bring continuity and everybody plays together and everybody starts to have fun playing together, it makes a team deadly to beat. So I definitely do agree with you there.
Yeah, most definitely, D. Yeah. So, yeah, I appreciate you calling in, man. And sorry, remind me what your name was again.
Corey.
Corey, that's right. I'm so terrible with names, man. But
No,
yes,
you're good.
I appreciate you calling in. If you do you have anything else to add?
No, I just came across your feed. You guys doing a good job. Keep it
Cool,
up.
man. Hey, yeah, do us a favor and like and subscribe to the channels, man, and we'll definitely be having more.
Already gotcha.
Oh, for sure, man. Appreciate you. And yeah, take care, man.
All right, talk to you.
Peace.
Bye.
All right, thank you. Thanks, man.
All right, so we are done with the calls. So we're gonna have to bring that to an end, correct?
Yes, we're going to have to bring that to an end. And just to make sure, if y'all do want me to stream the Monday Night Football game with Mal Gooley, I can add that to the stream as well. Let me know in the comments why for yes and for no. I did put a poll out there on Facebook in the community post stating if y'all want me to do the Monday Night Football game with Mal Gooley. I will do it with him just to talk football and, you know, just to keep the content going on this channel as well. Keep the content going on every other channels as well.
Mm-hmm.
We will be on the Spotlight Sports Network too. Anything else before we head out?
Yeah, man, I appreciate everybody that called in. Good looking out, y'all. Appreciate all you guys' feedback and, you know, what you had to say. So we're definitely incorporate this, and I'll try to work out the kinks to where you guys can actually hear D too. I don't know if it's possible, but I'll look into what we use for the phone calls and see if I can integrate that. And I'm going to go ahead and incorporate the live calls into my Raider J Reaction Tuesday and any of my other live streams as well. So definitely check that out. That's going to be tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time on the My City, My Game channel. That's the Raider J Reaction. So I'm going to react to all the NFL games as well as, you know, talk any Raiders news or updates or anything like that we got coming. So other than that, man, I think just, oh yeah, don't we have a sale going on with the merch?
Yes, we do have a sale going on with the merch right now. It is 2 days left. I think it's 2 or 3 days left, if I'm not mistaken. But let me double check that. We might have 3 days. I think it's 2 or 3 days. I'm not too sure. But we have a couple days left until the 15% off on all Spotlight Networks merch. Even if you want to get Spotlight Raiders Talk, if you see this hat here, this is the Spotlight Raiders Talk snapback that I'm wearing right now. So if you want to get any of My City, My Games merch, anything of that, so it's 2 days. It's 2 days left for the 15% off. Make sure y'all go over to spotlightsportsgear.com or go to spotlightsportsnetwork.com/merch. Go over there, get your Spotlight Raiders Talk, get your Mal Ghoulies, get your My City, My Game. There are all different types of variety of merch on there, t-shirts, hoodies, whatever you want, you can get there. 15% off of everything, and we will have more promos coming too on spotlightsportsnetwork.com/merch.
And real quick, Isabella said, we played the second hardest schedule this season, and we're sitting at 6-3. I'm feeling good right about now. Absolutely. I am too.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great as well too, knowing that we got this big game coming up on Sunday Night Football on prime time. We finally don't have to worry about being delayed because it's going to be on TV.
I know, man.
But thank y'all so much for tuning in. I love y'all. I love the Raider Nation. Thanks to Raider J. Thank you for coming in and being my partner on these shows. It's really been an honor having you onto the team. It's been dope, man. It's been really dope. But thank y'all so much. We're going to leave y'all out with a few things. And make sure if y'all really big on fantasy, we're definitely going to play our video from our sponsor, Thrive Fantasy. Make sure y'all go over there. It is the Spotlight Raiders Talk. We will see y'all in less than 30 minutes for Vikings and Bears live play-by-play and reaction with Mal Ghoulies. We're signing off, and we see y'all later on in the week for another probably call-in show for the Kansas City Chiefs versus Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday. We out of here. Peace.
What's up, fantasy champions? Spotlight Sports Network is excited to tell you about an amazing deal from Thrive Fantasy, your place for daily fantasy sports and esports. Right now, with promo code SS Network, Thrive Fantasy will match up to $50 of your first deposit. So go to thrivefantasy.com and sign up now with promo code SS Network. That's thrivefantasy.com, promo code SS Network. Welcome
to the My City, My Game pod show featuring Raider J77, your place for all things Raiders and all things Trailblazers. Brought to you by the Spotlight Sports Network. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Now let's go.
Once a Raider, bruh, always a Raider, bruh. Shit simple.